There's so many reasons to preserve and save turtle shells if you have the opportunity to. They're beautiful. They have an intricate structure and design. They're elegant. You can make guitars or clocks out of the body of larger ones. Regardless of the reason, the process is simple and it'll last for a lifetime. Here's how to do it. The shell, or carapace, is part of the turtle's skeleton. It forms the spinal cord and acts as part of the rib cage and serves similar functions as the sternum and clavicles would in other vertebrates. The first thing you're going to want to do is just make sure there's no carcass left within the shell anywhere. It's always great when you find one that nature has already taken care of everything for you, and hopefully you found it before it gets too old, because the shell itself is a living organism that will also start to slowly decompose after the turtle's death. If there's still some cleaning left to be done, you can set it on an ant bed for a week or so, but that doesn't always work. I've done that before, and sometimes they just don't go for it. There's just stuff that's too hard. You might need a knife to just cut and clean things with yourself. Or if it's still got a lot of carcass in it, you can just gently bury it for a month. Sometimes what I do is just wherever I find it, I move it somewhere else close by and then just keep coming back every other month until it's ready. The last thing you want to do is start transporting around a smelly turtle shell. But the choice is yours. Once the carcass part is all gone and you know it's ready, just give it a good rinsing, get rid of all the dirt and debris, just do the best you can and let it dry for 24 hours so all the moisture leaves the shell. Remember, it's critical to really remove any and all of that organic matter because you don't want any continuous decomposition after you did all the work preserving it. So now that the shell is basically rinsed off and ready to go, we need to clean it. Whip up a mixture of borax, water, and salt, and just leave the shell in there for only an hour. After that hour, then put it in a 50-50 vinegar water solution for another hour. This all helps to clean and disinfect the shell. After this 2-hour process, rinse it with water and let it dry. If you don't have vinegar, you can also disinfect the shell by using rubbing alcohol. That will stop any mold or bacteria from trying to grow on it. So during this process of cleaning and soaking the shell, be very gentle handling the shell. It's going to be very brittle and it can be subject to start breaking apart at any time. That's why finding a shell at the perfect point is critical, because if you find a shell a little out of date or anything, things can fall apart pretty quickly. So just don't be discouraged and handle everything with care. So now that the shell has been cleaned and it's been dry, and hopefully some of the scoots didn't fall off or things start breaking, but if they did, that's okay. Well, now's the time that everything's dry. We can start super gluing or using school glue or clear glue and start getting everything back the way it was or back the way you want it. The final step, and the only thing we got left to do, is to varnish, lacquer, or polyurethane the shell. I just used 2 coats of polyurethane because I have no intentions of exposing the shell back outside to the elements ever again. But if you use varnish, that's great. So I'd use 2 coats of polyurethane or 4 coats of varnish and do the whole thing, the inside, the bottom, everything. Get it all. This will help protect the shell from any scratching, damage, or flaking. Those scoots should never come off again. So again, please use caution when using varnish, lacquer, polyurethane. Do this outside, highly ventilated areas. It's very flammable. Caution, caution, caution. Please be careful. And now the good news. Once it dries, you did it. Thanks for watching.